kids think about the book? Are they excited about it? Like my girl didn't get it for a while that it was named after her. Like I have one and she didn't get it for a while. Now she thinks it's super cool. But what do your kids think?
No, they didn't get it either. Like you get to the end of the book and they'd be like, "Mommy, why are you in the book?
Why is your
And I'm
picture?
like,
Yeah.
they didn't. Yes, exactly the same thing. Didn't get it at all. And then sometimes Milo will be literally like, hold my face, and he'll do this thing where he holds it and gives me a big smooch, and he goes, "Mum, that was a movie star kiss. It's so lovely. I love this book." And then other times, because he's a 4-year-old, it's slightly Jekyll and Hyde, and you never really know what you're going to get, right? You
Yes,
know that feeling,
amen.
right? And so the one night he says to me, "Mum," he's a bit like a teenager at this point, "Mum, you know your book, it says I can do anything." And I says, "Yes, Milo, you can. If you put your mind to something and you find something you love and you want to work hard, you can do anything you want to do." And he's like, "Well, that's not true, is it?"
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, well, what do you mean? He says, "Well, that's not true, because what I want to do is I want to take a koala home from the zoo, bring it here and keep it as a pet. I can't do that, can I?"
He's very literal.
And through my head, I'm going, Cat Deely's kid kidnaps koala and kills it from zoo. You know, like I'm thinking that. And I'm like, "Oh, no. You can't do that. You can't do that." I said, "But what you can do," and you know, in those, and I'm sure we've all had those moments where, you know, when they ask you something and your brain is like racing, trying to find the right answer, and you can almost hear your brain work, and it's like, and you're coming, it's almost like a drum roll for when you come up with the answer. And you're going as fast as you can. And I said, "No, Milo, you absolutely can't do that." I said, "But what you can do is if you go to school and you study really hard, and maybe you might study something called biology, and then you can study something called zoology and go to university, then you could be in charge of all the koalas at the zoo, or you could even travel to the other side of the planet, which is as far as you can get to Australia, which is where koalas come from. And you could go to a sanctuary and you could help koalas who don't have a mom and dad, and you could feed them."
Answer.
And I left it like that. And I was in my head, I was like high-fiving myself and all the rest of it. And he just looked at me like that.
He's like, "Not the same."
"All right, Mum. All right, Mum. All right."
I guess I'll accept that answer.